I've cared for over 1,000 seniors in my 25 years as a caregiver. And if there is one thing all that pain taught me, it is that 4 specific habits will absolutely destroy your retirement. Not might, will. I watched it happen over and over again. Good people, hardworking people, people who did everything right their whole lives, and then made 4 quiet mistakes that left them miserable, broke, and completely alone. I am going to walk you through every single one, and by the end, you will know exactly how to avoid them. My name is Martha. I am a registered nurse and geriatric care director. I have managed nursing homes in rural Ohio, directed in-home care across Pennsylvania, and I recently stepped away from the corporate healthcare boards because they were trying to keep me quiet. What I am about to tell you is what the aging industry does not want you to hear. Let me tell you about a man named Richard. Richard was a proud former mechanic, tough guy, hands like leather, the kind of man who fixed everything himself his entire life. Then at 72, his knees started to ache, and for the first time, Richard couldn't fix the problem with his own 2 hands. So he did what millions of seniors do. He walked into a pharmacy and stared at an entire wall of brightly colored bottles, promising him the joints of a 20-year-old. He bought one, then another, then another. Within 6 months, Richard had a medicine cabinet full of hope in plastic bottles, $40 each. He took them religiously every single morning. He believed he was fighting back. But here is what I saw as his nurse. Richard was getting worse, not better, worse. He was more fatigued than before, more sluggish, more confused, and he could not figure out why, because he was doing everything the bottles told him to hear. The truth is ugly. The supplement industry targets people over 60 with absolute ruthlessness. But the government's own Aging Research Institute, the National Institute on Aging, has said it plainly. Most of these over-the-counter anti-aging supplements completely lack efficacy. What they actually do is force your aging liver and kidneys to work overtime processing synthetic powders. Richard was paying $40 a month to exhaust his own organs. He was not buying youth. He was buying fatigue. Break the subscription. Cancel the auto ship. Stop letting the medical industry treat your body like a profitable machine. A 90-year-old homesteader patient of mine taught me this years ago. When her knees ached, she made bone broth from a Sunday chicken roast. Rich in natural collagen, cost her exactly 0 extra cents. She walked in the morning sunlight for her vitamin D. Free, she outlived Richard by 9 years. Stop letting the medical industry treat your body like a profitable machine. This one is going to be hard to hear, but I need you to hear it. I had a patient named Sarah, sweetest woman you have ever met. 75 years old, lived alone, and she was terrified of one thing above everything else, that her busy family would forget about her. So Sarah started buying their love. It started small, a nice birthday present, a check for the grandkids. She gave her children thousands of dollars toward a down payment on a house. She bought her grandchildren the most expensive smartphones on the market. She wanted them to light up when they saw her. She wanted to be the grandmother who gave them the best of everything. And I watched Sarah go into secret credit card debt to do it. At 75 years old. But here is what broke my heart. I also saw what happened on the other side. Those same children who cashed the checks and unwrapped the phones, they never had time to visit her on a Sunday. She sat alone in her living room, waiting. The gifts got bigger. The visits did not. The Office for Older Americans at the CFPB has released reports on this. The rise in elder financial exploitation and senior debt traps is terrifying. Credit card companies prey on exactly this fear, the fear of being useless to your own family. So listen to me carefully. If your gift costs you your financial security, it is not a gift. It is a payment for attention, and it will never be enough. In old age, your money is not for buying comfort. Your money is for buying freedom. Every dollar you hand away is a piece of your independence, and that independence is the only thing standing between you and a system that wants to put you in a facility. A smartphone will be in the trash in 3 years. But a handwritten letter about how you survived your hardest decade, your grandchildren will read that when they are 40 and weeping with gratitude, or a wise grandparent gives wisdom, not plastic. Protect your peace. Keep your hard-earned money where it belongs. But now let me tell you about Eleanor, and this one still keeps me up at night. Every afternoon at exactly 2 o'clock, Eleanor would pull the heavy curtains in her living room shut. She would lower herself into her armchair, and she would sleep until dinner every single day. Her doctor looked at the chart, saw the sleeping, and wrote her a prescription for sleep medication. Problem solved. Next patient. But I was her nurse. I was in that house. And I knew what the doctor never bothered to find out. Eleanor was not tired. Eleanor was dying of a broken heart. Sleep was the only place she did not feel completely alone. This is what we do to our elders. We strip them of every daily responsibility. We tell them to relax. We park them in front of a television and expect them to be grateful. And then, when they collapse inward, we hand them a pill. Dr. Bill Thomas, the founder of the Aiden Alternative, proved this decades ago. He documented what he called the 3 plagues of the traditional nursing home model: loneliness, helplessness, and boredom. Those 3 things kill more reliably than most diseases, and they are free. No one has to sell them to you. Society hands them to you the moment you turn 65 and stop being useful to the economy. Your body, after 60, is not weak. But human beings were never designed to live without purpose. When you wake up in the morning and absolutely no one on this earth needs you, the spirit becomes heavy. And a heavy spirit will drag a healthy body into the ground. The pharmaceutical companies know this. They make billions selling you energy boosters and sleep aids to chemically fix a problem that is purely emotional. You do not need a new pill. You need a reason to stay awake. My oldest and toughest patients all taught me the same lesson. You have to make yourself necessary again, even if it is only to yourself. So here is what I want you to do tomorrow. Open the curtains, walk outside, plant a single tomato seed in a cheap clay pot. Give yourself one thing that needs you to show up in the morning. Never use sleep as an escape hatch from a life you have stopped participating in. There is an ugly side to aging that no one wants to talk about. And I debated whether to even include this one, but I have seen it ruin too many families to stay quiet. I once checked on a patient named Arthur. Pristine nursing home. Beautiful facility. Every comfort money could buy. He looked at me with bitter eyes and said, "My children abandoned me." I let him talk. I listened to every word, and then I pulled his chart, and I spoke to his family. Here is the hard truth. Arthur's children did not abandon him. Arthur spent 10 years driving them away. Every phone call was a guilt trip. Every visit was a list of complaints. Every conversation circled back to how ungrateful they were, how no one cared, how the world had gone to hell since his day. Arthur believed that because he was older, he was entitled to everyone's sympathy and respect simply because he survived another year. I understand where that comes from. Aging is scary. The world moves on without asking your permission, but that belief that the world owes you something for getting old is a lie, and it is a lie that will leave you completely alone. Your adult children are carrying intense stress, heavy mortgages, exhausted kids of their own. When they drive an hour to visit you, they are looking for the warmth of a parent. They are looking for the person who made them feel safe when they were small. They are not looking for a laundry list of grievances, and when that is all they get, they stop coming. Not because they are cruel, because they are empty. The National Institute on Aging warns about the severe physical impacts of social isolation. But what they rarely mention is that sometimes we cause our own loneliness. And the AARP Public Policy Institute tracks how out-of-pocket healthcare costs skyrocket when isolated. Unhappy seniors start buying gadgets and quick fixes to fill the hole. The machine feeds on your misery. Stop feeding it. Respect yourself enough to get dressed in the morning. Wash your face. Put on clean clothes. And the next time your daughter calls, ask her about her life before you talk about yours. Show the world you are still an active, generous participant in this life. We have allowed the healthcare system to convince us that aging is a medical condition that requires expensive intervention. It is not. Aging is a privilege, and the nursing home complexes and pharmaceutical companies lose their power over you the instant you decide to take your life back. Find one industry that is bleeding you dry this week and cut it off. Reclaim one piece of your freedom. Now, next time, I am going to expose the biggest financial scam hospitals run on seniors during their final days and how you can protect your entire life savings with one simple piece of paper. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss it. But before you go, I want you to do one thing for me. Tell me in the comments, what is one positive thing you are going to talk about the next time your family calls? And what are you going to stop buying this week? I will read every single one. Keep the curtains open. The people who built this country did not need to buy their confidence, and neither do you.